There we go. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. And great to be with you. I looked up and I saw myself on the screen because we do stream. And you can watch the show. We're building that audience and we're getting a good feedback on the stream. People, I don't know, they like to watch a radio show. It's okay. I like watching you too. It's great to be with you. Thanks for tuning in. We enjoy so much doing this every day with you. There's so much to learn, so little time. Boy, oh boy. Learning is exciting. It is, I never understood. When I was a professor, I had my colleagues, and they would get tenure, and I could watch them sort of drift off into the ether and lose their, how do you lose? I don't know. You shouldn't lose your intellectual curiosity, and learning is wonderful. It's exciting. It opens up your world. It opens up your mind. It connects you. It changes you. Sometimes the lessons are hard, right? I know. But, academic learning and reading and being introduced to, and what was it? I know online learning now is a big deal. I get that. I've done some of my courses, which are difficult, from an accredited University of Bridgeport. Try and do chemistry and some of those courses online, very difficult. But I always enjoyed the classroom. As a student and as a professor, that interaction, that face-to-face, it's exciting. The learning is so exciting. And I hope that comes through on this show. My enthusiasm for it has not waned in my life, and I feel very fortunate about that. It's just, I don't know. Ideas have consequences. I know we always say our actions have consequences, but our ideas have consequences. And learning about new things keeps you relevant to yourself. We always talk about we need to be relevant for others. You have to be relevant for yourself and to yourself. And learning does that because it changes you, hopefully. So, today, we're going to explore a little bit. It's summertime, and the food is fabulous, right? In the summertime, especially the fruit. And even more especially, the berries. Let me tell you, they are so powerful chemically, from a chemical point of view. They're amazing. The berries are. And I don't know about you as a child, man. We would find the blackberries, the strawberries. We would go pick. We get in trouble. Sometimes we were in places we weren't supposed to go because we loved them so much. So enjoyable.
I have a berry picking story.
And we have, by the way, that voice is not the voice of my childhood, but one of my producers, Gary Gilkey. He now works for Let's Talk Nutrition, and we're delighted to have him. You have a berry picking story?
Yes, I do. Okay, so when we first moved to Florida, we didn't have that much money, and 12 kids and everything. So my grandmother took us out to Plant City to pick berries.
Tell people where people are not familiar with.
If you're not familiar with Plant City is in between Tampa and Orlando here in Hillsborough County.
And it's famous for a lot of things, but one thing it's famous for is
strawberries. So we went out there to pick strawberries, and I would pick, about every 5 I pick, I would eat one. Well, I was eating the strawberries out of the field, and I got almost deathly sick.
And you didn't wash them.
Yeah. So my idiot brother did too. So it was good that he got sick too. So it wasn't, But
Did you get sick from the chemicals, or you get sick from eating too many?
Berries.
Just eating too many?
Well, the chemicals. Chemicals, I had a reaction to them.
Do they grow any organic berries up in Plant City?
They do. They do, with organic onions.
I didn't know that. Have you gone to the in Plant City, Florida? Here they have what's called the Strawberry Festival every year. That's a big deal, isn't it?
Oh yeah, yeah. Everybody goes to that thing. I mean, if you're anything to do in Hillsborough County, you go to the Strawberry Festival.
Well, we're going to have to go.
Yeah.
Maybe why can't we get Let's Talk Nutrition there?
We'll do a booth there. We can do a booth there and broadcast daily. Steve would be upset, but
no, he doesn't get upset.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. We'll think about that.
Well, you know why they have organic onions with the strawberries, don't you?
Nope.
Because they plant the onions around the strawberries to ward off animals.
Yes. Thank you. Good point. Turns out that plants have these chemicals. The chemicals are there for a variety of reasons, in addition to their own DNA, right? The chemicals serve as protection oftentimes from environmental insults. Could be the weather, it can be other animals, and so on. So the onions, as you're saying, ward off what, insects and other varmints?
Yeah, armadillos, deers, and stuff like that. Raccoons.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
They don't like it. Yeah.
Have you ever been in an onion patch?
Yes.
You can actually smell.
The ground, even after they pick the onions, smells like onions. Isn't that weird?
Yeah, it's great.
So if you go,
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's new. See, I learned. There you go. Talk about learning. I didn't know that.
You know, they got huge zucchinis down there too, and eggplants.
They don't grow those organically, though.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to take you. I'm gonna have to take you out there. I told you I got a friend who's got a farm.
All right. Well, you take me, man.
Yeah, and I mean organic. Like he doesn't use any pesticides at all. He's got like for the birds, he's got this propane cannon that shoots off, right. and you can hear it, and it goes boom, and it scares the birds off.
Natural factors. Their farms up in the British Columbia. I've been to their farms. The earth, if you're watching the show, I have a black shirt on. The earth is as black as my shirt and my hair.
At their farm?
At their farm. And Gary, it's 12 feet. The topsoil's 12 feet, brother.
Wow.
Black. It's from these, it's a story about that. But here's what they do. They don't use pesticides either. Everything's working. You know what they use? Millions and tens of millions of little tiny frogs.
Really?
Really. And when I went up there, I'm walking, and you had to watch where you stepped because you'd be stepping on the frogs.
Huh.
And the frogs kill all the insects, keep everything away. They use no chemicals, not organic. Some organic chemicals are just as bad as some of the other chemicals.
Yeah.
So no chemicals, Gary, none.
He's got eucalyptus growing.
I love eucalyptus.
There's something about the eucalyptus that scares off bugs too.
It does. See? And
sage.
And sage.
A lot of sage.
So, yeah. You see how it is? And the berries are so special. I'm going to share some stories with you about berries. They're remarkable. And I go to the grocery store almost every day. I try to buy things that I just use, and I don't know. I just do that. A lot of people don't. I guess I don't have a life. But anyway, I find myself in there, and I watch people shop, and I watch them with the berries. And then you see people sneak a few. They'll rub them off on their shirt and whatever, and they'll try them out. And that's all right. I don't think the management gets upset. And it's nice to see people when they buy them. Boy, and yeah, it's all good. I look for the organic ones. I am mindful of the chemicals. When we come back, we're going to talk about the benefits of berries. I'm going to share with you a story that's trending this morning about strawberries. As it turns out, strawberries, in this particular story about the study, are making a wonderful contribution for those who suffer from Alzheimer's.
I'm Joy McCarthy, holistic nutritionist, and I expect more from my multivitamin. I've researched many vitamins, and what's truly different about Every Woman's One Daily from New Chapter is that it's fermented with probiotics and whole foods and gentle even on an empty stomach. Every Woman's One Daily helps you feel good every day. giving you immune, energy, and stress support, and nutrients for bone and heart health. You will notice a difference. Every Woman's One Daily recently won the Best Multivitamin Award, and I love that it's non-GMO project verified. Discover the wisdom of nature with New Chapter.
Whether you spend your free time on a treadmill, under a car, or in your garden, if your active lifestyle leaves you sore, Body Vigor's Inflammaforce may be exactly what you need. Inflammaforce has a natural herb blend that acts as an anti-inflammatory to help maintain healthy joint and mobility support. There are standardized herbs like white willow, boswellia, turmeric, ginger, and devil's claw. The vegetarian capsule promotes easy digestion and a fast-acting dissolve process. Inflammaforce includes a proprietary enzyme herbal blend full of antioxidants and flavonoids that target pain and inflammation throughout the body. Body Vigor's Inflammaforce contains ingredients that support normal, healthy joint flexibility and function, builds healthy tissue, and helps with your recovery process. So if you're tired of sore joints and inflamed muscles, Body Vigor's Inflammaforce is your answer. Purchase Inflammaforce exclusively on Amazon.com.
That. Before I tell you about this study that's trending this morning about strawberries and Alzheimer's, berries have a long-standing reputation, both scientifically, culturally, historically, in the prevention of disease. Our ancestors, a couple thousand years ago, people understood how healthy berries were. There were no clinical trials. They didn't have, microscopes and labs and whatnot. They figured it out from just their experience, their phenomenological being in the world. Turns out, though, over time, we've come to learn that berries play a magnificent role in the prevention of chronic disease, including cancer, by the way, and heart disease. Fruits in general, and berries especially, with respect to cancer, have this unique ability to suppress cancer cell growth, and they figured this out in vitro, not in vivo, not in the body, but in vitro. And the berries can reduce DNA damage that's caused by these mutagenic chemical agents that you will find, for example, in cooked meat, from like grilling. Strawberries and raspberries, love them both. I especially love strawberries. They have found will reverse precancerous oral and esophageal lesions. I kid you not. Now, what they do, the berries have this anti-cancer prevention characteristic by boosting your own body's immune system's natural, what we call NKs, natural killer cells, to inhibit angiogenesis of these killers, these cancer cells. The berries also seem to lower cholesterol, by the way. There's some suggestion in the literature that they'll reduce heart disease risk. And they do that. The mechanism of action is they keep the platelets in an inactive state. Now, the deal with berries is the antioxidant concentration or content is high compared to any other food, save for spices. You got blackberries, you got Indian gooseberries, you got goji berries. In this one article I was reading on nutritionfacts.org, giving them attribution, said that those berries that I just mentioned give us, they said, I'll quote them, the biggest bangs for our buck. Any sort of antioxidant rich content food or foods do what? They affect nitric oxide behavior or activity, which helps the arteries do what? They dilate. They cause them to relax and dilate normally. As we age and as the arteries get diseased, they sort of get stiff and inflexible like a garden hose that you leave outside. And so that oftentimes people with high blood pressure and whatnot, some of these naturopaths will put them on some sort of berry protocol and get that nitric oxide and vasodilate those arteries so the blood can flow better and reduce the pressure. Also, by the way, it increases stool weight. Berries do. Yeah, I go to the bathroom. Here's a little hint. You're going to be surprised because what do some people like to eat blueberries with? A liquid.
Cream.
All right, good boy. Turns out that's a bad idea. Only here on Let's Talk Nutrition do you learn these things. Probably to the annoyance of some people. Berry antioxidants appear to survive processing However, they do well. You can process them, mess with them. But when you eat berries with dairy products like cream, you can suppress their antioxidant effects. Did you know that? Antioxidant intake, it's reported in the literature, is correlated with lower lymphoma and gastric cancer risks. Berries. In fact, we'll zero in on strawberries, one of my faves. Boy, I love strawberries. I sometimes buy them frozen, the organic frozen ones when I can't get organic fresh. The only problem is when you let them defrost. If you let them defrost too much, they get too mushy. I don't like that, no. So I'll eat them when they're like half frozen. They still taste good. Yeah. The benefits of berries. Maybe you have some ideas about berries. Give us a call.
You can reach us at 877-897-8255, 877-897-8255.
Mm-hmm. LTN has been very good to me.
Looking for the perfect complement to your beauty regimen? Try Form Essentials Zinnia. The finest of its kind, Zinnia offers twice as much biotin as other formulas, which has proven to unlock the vibrancy in even the dullest of hair, skin, and nails. Zinnia breaks through and rejuvenates cells internally, helping you achieve the allure of effortless beauty. Reviving your hair, skin, and nails has never been easier. This essential blend of biotin, alpha-lipoic, and hyaluronic acid, collagen, and vitamin C creates lasting enhancements to your natural good looks. Don't go on wondering, you're worth the results. This combination of ingredients can only be found in Zinnia. Pamper yourself with a proven bit of affordable luxury and start looking your best. Ask for Zinnia by name at your nearest vitamin retailer to begin your journey to restored nails, head-turning hair, and radiant skin today. For more information, visit formessentials.com.
When your alarm goes off, do you jump out of bed with excitement? Or does it take multiple alarms, a few snooze buttons, or a morning caffeine fix to get you going? These habits and daily stress cause a vicious cycle in which sleep becomes increasingly elusive. In fact, 54% of Americans report struggles to fall or stay asleep. For a better night's rest, look no further than Solace, an all-natural dietary supplement that supports healthy sleep and relaxation, so you get the rest you need to wake up clear-eyed, alert, and ready for the day. Solace has given thousands a better night's rest and the power to take back their mornings while enjoying the day ahead of them. Solace is formulated with non-addictive, scientifically proven, all-natural ingredients that support sleep and relaxation, such as melatonin, tryptophan, and 5-HTP. For more information or to order Solace, visit takesolace.com. Solace for healthy sleep naturally.
wherever and however you may be listening or watching the show, and whatever you may be doing. And you may be in Richboro, Pennsylvania, for example, like Marge. Marge, welcome to the LTN. It's great to have you on today.
Hi, good morning.
How are you?
Okay, thanks. Okay.
Good. You like berries, do you?
Oh, I love berries.
Yeah. So what do you do with them?
I just eat them raw. Just rinse them off and eat them raw. Sometimes I'll throw a few into my plain yogurt. I use organic plain yogurt.
Yeah.
And with no sugar added. So I'll put the berries in there.
I was reading an article on nutritionfacts.org. That's where Dr. Michael Greger hangs out. He's pretty good. I have a lot of regard for him. And they were talking about, and I just mentioned it a moment ago, I alluded to it, that eating berries with dairy, berries and dairy apparently don't go well together. There's something about, and maybe the fat, I don't know what it is. I'll have to look further into it.
Mm-hmm.
Something about
I don't know how that would, I don't know if perhaps, I'm guessing, perhaps yogurt would be a different category, only because, I say that because with other reading that I've done, many times plain yogurt, not the kind that has the sugar in it and all that, but if it's organic plain, that seems to be in a different category sometimes compared to the other types of dairy.
Could be.
Maybe that's safe, although I can't guarantee it.
Yeah, I don't know. And there, in addition to Dr. Michael Greger, there are a few others I have found that. The one doctor, I'm trying to think of his name. It escapes me at the moment. Maybe it'll come to me. But there are a number of researchers, it seems, that have confirmed this hypothesis that about the negative effect of, for example, milk on antioxidants in both blackberries and blueberries.
Okay.
Those particular berries, Marge, contain this antioxidant called ellagic acid. And ellagic acid is been known to play a role in preventing age-related cognitive decline, brain functioning.
Okay.
When the berries, in this one study, when the berries were combined with milk, none of the ellagic acid was absorbed into the bloodstream.
My goodness! Wow.
And all the years, I've been around a while, and you think you know a thing or two. And all of us, just today at the top of the show, I was saying learning is so much fun. It never dawned on me, honestly, that this is the truth. It never dawned on me that dairy would interfere with absorption of certain antioxidants.
Right.
So lately, I've been hanging out with Michael Greger and a few of these other people in their work, and I'm picking these ideas up. And I'm checking them out, and I'm confirming what they're saying. So I'm just reporting. I'm not saying you should or shouldn't. I think berries and yogurt takes wonderful together, but, I'm just saying. Do you freeze your berries too?
No, and that's why I was calling to, my comment is basically about that.
Go ahead.
I've read that when you take vegetables or fruits and freeze them, the minerals stay alive, but all the vitamins are killed by the freezing.
Really?
So I don't freeze.
That.
I don't freeze mine, and I don't buy frozen vegetables and fruits for that reason.
I have never heard that. I'll check it. We'll check that. That's an interesting.
Okay.
There may be something to it. I don't know. I'll check and I'll report on it.
Okay. Thanks.
Richboro, where is that located, by the way?
It's north of Philadelphia, a little bit north of Philadelphia.
And the radio station that you catch the show on is?
WNPV.
WNPV. Like exactly what that's. You're so smart. That's exactly that's the station. Thank you. First of all, thank you for listening to the show. Thank you for calling.
I enjoy it.
I'm glad you do. You made my day. I'm glad you enjoy. I'm glad it brings some joy and insight. And it's not just about information. We're trying to do a little bit more than that here. But you sound like you sound so engaged and interested in these things, and so we appreciate you.
I always like learning more about the nutrition. I totally agree with you about learning.
Oh, it's fun, isn't it? It's fun, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All
That's
right.
why I have a house full of books.
Oh, wonderful. Is Marge a nickname? Is your name Margaret?
Yes, actually, Margaret Mary. Margaret Mary Murphy.
You sound like a Catholic.
Yeah, I used to be, yeah.
Used to be. My sister's name was Margaret, by the way.
Oh.
Yeah, Margaret. Thank you, Margaret.
Thank you, Doctor.
My
Have
pleasure.
A nice day.
My pleasure. Let's go to Tampa, Florida. Roberto, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Doc.
What do you got? Berries
I
and
want you to know about that yogurt
What about it, man?
with blueberries and blackberries. Does it have the same effect about what you were just talking about?
That's a good question. The one study I looked at was with milk. I'll have to look and see now that I've opened up this can of milk. I'm going to have to look and see if yogurt has the same kind of effect. I know with ellagic acid, milk prohibited the absorption of, they didn't find the ellagic acid in the bloodstream in high concentrations when it was mixed with milk. So I don't know what's going on with that. I'll check it. Do you eat berries during the summer? You enjoy them?
Yeah, all the time. But
What-
I don't have it with yogurt or milk. My wife has it with yogurt and milk because now, since you had that segment on your show about almond milk, that's all I drink now.
Yeah.
Unsweetened almond milk.
Yeah, the one almond milk product that I like is called, and I don't know the people at Orgain. They're not a sponsor. I just like the product. Hold on a second. Oh,
Doc, didn't you tell me that some of the almond milks have milk in them, and that's why one of the reasons why you went to that milk?
Yeah, well, not only that, Gary, some of the almond milk products are low in protein. Orgain, Orgain, that particular product, that almond milk, they have it unsweetened with vanilla or slightly sweetened with vanilla. It has 10 grams of protein per serving. 10. And the reason is because they put other plants in it, like rice. They'll put rice in it, rice protein and others, and it boosts the protein content. And it, Robert, it tastes, it's smooth and it tastes great. The almond milk, it's called Orgain. You can get it at Whole Foods. Sprouts has it. I've seen it in there. I quit drinking milk. And when I go to Starbucks, I bring my own almond milk in my thermos. I have no shame. I don't care. I order the shots and I mix it. Gary will tell you, he sees me do it every morning. And I go and I say, I want 4 blonde ristretto shots in a hot venti cup. They look at me like I'm a lunatic. Anyway, Roberto, thank you for your call. We come back, we'll go to Cornelia, Georgia. All right.
Don't be stressed out or anxious. Take Hempenol, the only raw.
Whether you spend your free time on a treadmill, under a car, or in your garden, if your active lifestyle leaves you sore, Body Vigor's Inflammaforce may be exactly what you need. Inflammaforce has a natural herb blend that acts as an anti-inflammatory to help maintain healthy joint and mobility support. There are standardized herbs like white willow, boswellia, turmeric, ginger, and devil's claw. The vegetarian capsule promotes easy digestion and a fast-acting dissolve process. Inflammaforce includes a proprietary enzyme herbal blend full of antioxidants and flavonoids that target pain and inflammation throughout the body. Body Vigor's Inflammaforce contains ingredients that support normal, healthy joint flexibility and function, builds healthy tissue, and helps with your recovery process. So if you're tired of sore joints and inflamed muscles, Body Vigor's Inflammaforce is your answer. Purchase Inflammaforce exclusively on Amazon.com.
remember I mentioned a moment ago, I said, strawberries, I eat them frozen. And yeah, I eat them half frozen. Because if they get thawed all the way, they get too mushy. Well, let me tell you why. Strawberries have a large cellular structure, as it turns out, okay, with lots of water in them. When they're frozen slowly, like if you put them in a domestic freezer, the water damages that structure. So when they start to thaw, they get soft and mushy. How about that? So I'm just saying. Let's go to Cornelia, Georgia. Randall, welcome to the show. We never had a call from Cornelia, so you're the first one, Randall.
Oh, no, I called you a couple months ago. But...
All right.
Oh.
You did?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, he did.
He knows Rufino. Yeah. He goes to A to Z.
Yeah. Hi, Randall. How you doing, man?
Well, fine. Margaret was just on, and she said she had heard that freezing of berries destroyed the antioxidants, but in June of this year, at the Newsmax Health website, they say that freezing blueberries increases the anthocyanins.
Anthocyanins, yes.
If you freeze them for 3 months, it'll increase it. And if you blanch blueberries to 185 degrees Fahrenheit for 3 minutes, it also increases the anthocyanins.
Yes. That's interesting, isn't it? This is an instance when processing enhances the benefits of nature. I had never heard what Margaret said. I had never heard that before. I always was under the impression, and everything I had read was that freezing preserved the chemical integrity of vegetables and fruits when you freeze them. That was my take. But, I'm open-minded. I'm going to look into it and see if there's any instance when freezing does somehow undermine she said it was the vegetables that got destroyed, I think.
No, she said the fruit.
Oh, she said the fruit. Okay, whatever.
That was Newsmax June 14th of this year. So
oh, good. So you like to read about nutrition, do you?
Oh, geez, I've been doing it. I'm 65 now. I've been reading about it ever since I was 22.
It's wonderful. It's wonderful, isn't it? It's so much fun, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I use about 10 different kinds of berries in my smoothies every day, and
really,
you probably don't want me to mention the name, but I get online. I order berries from a place out in Washington State.
You can mention anything. Go ahead. Whatever.
It's Northwest Wild Foods.
Yeah.
And they have frozen lingonberries, black raspberries, aronia berries.
You have them shipped to your house, do you?
Yeah, FedEx or UPS.
And they get there okay? They're not thawed out or anything?
No, they're never thawed. I even get them in the middle of summer when it's 90 degrees here.
Why do you select that farm? Why do you go to all that trouble?
To me, the greatest wealth is health, and I think berries are one of the best fruits for health.
And you think that this particular farm, are they organic?
Okay, they have some that are organic, some that are wild grown,
and
some that are conventionally grown.
Yeah, what's the name of the farm, by the way?
It's Northwest Wild Foods.
Northwest Wild Foods, Gary.
They have black raspberries, marionberries, pomegranate arrows, gooseberries, boysenberries, goji berries.
Wow. And you eat them every day, do you?
Yeah, every day. I use a Vitamix blender.
Oh, yeah, I have a Vitamix. That's a great blender, isn't it?
Yeah, I started out with huckleberries with them about 10 years ago, then they just kept adding their varieties.
Well, that's wonderful. See, that's why I like people to call, to share what they're doing and how they're taking care of themselves. The berries are so beneficial, the chemicals, ellagic acid, and all the different compounds in them, anthocyanins and whatnot. They're amazing. We're showing, in fact, on our screen, we're showing Northwest Wild Foods.
Yeah, and they have a wild blueberry from Europe, which is called a bilberry. You have the black currant.
Do you like black? I love black currant. Boy, that's terrific.
Yeah, I use them in my smoothies, too.
Yeah. Do you live by yourself, may I ask?
Yeah, I've been a bachelor all my life. I moved from Michigan. I moved to Georgia. I work for the USDA Food Safety Inspection Service.
Oh, you're one of those guys. Yeah, so you've been involved with food your whole life in one way or another then.
Yeah, I started out with Roger Williams' book, Nutrition in a Nutshell, when I was 22 years old, and I've been involved in it ever since.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, I feel privileged that you think enough of the show to listen to it, given all your experience and insight and excitement about nutrition. Thank you so much for doing that. I appreciate it, Randall.
Okay.
I have a couple questions from from our Facebook. This comes in from Christina.
Mm-hmm.
She asks, "Good morning. So to clarify, blending berries with any dairy product cancels their antioxidant properties." That's the question.
Milk. Tell her milk. Milk, I know for sure. Yogurt and others, I'm not sure. I know milk for sure.
Because she adds fresh blueberries, raspberries, and strawberries to her yogurt and smoothies.
We're going to have to look and see if yogurt, there must be something about the dairy. I don't know if it's the fat or what. I need to look into it further.
And then Rufino asks from Georgia, how does Doc feel about freeze-dried fruit? Now, you've talked to me about freeze-dried fruit, too, and you told me to be careful.
Yeah, sometimes they process it in order to keep it fresh and whatnot. They start adding all these chemicals. One time I picked it up and I read the back of the package. I thought it was apricots or something. After I was done reading it, I said, I need to call my chemistry professor and make sure I got this right. I couldn't believe it. I said, I'm not eating that. And then when it didn't look right to me either. The color didn't look right. So you got to be careful with all that business. The more they start processing it, sometimes they add these chemicals. No. I'm not there. I'll pass. I'm just saying. I like to add berries to my salad. Try that. Try adding strawberries to your greens. Sometimes greens have a bitter taste, you know what I'm talking about? And if you add strawberries and some blueberries, it gives the salad a lift. You know, it's like, woof. It's for me anyway, you can try. I alluded to spices earlier. What did I say? Berries have the highest antioxidant density other than spices. So I'm a big fan of spices. Some people don't like to eat vegetables. Learn to use the spices, and that'll change the taste of some of these vegetables. Some of these vegetables, especially the cruciferous ones, have these odd tastes and smells because of the chemicals. That's by nature's design. Those chemicals are there to protect the plant, and they also then protect us. Spices sort of mask some of that and change the smell and the taste. We'll come back. We'll talk some more. LTN Coast to Coast.
This is a hard topic. Everybody keeps on chiming in, Doc.
I know. If you only knew what I just did before I got to. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Gary's he has to keep an eye on me before he turns that screen on. Oh my goodness! Live.
I was ready to say something in case you could when you came back.
Well, let me tell you. You want to know? I'll tell you. So when you go through cancer treatment, one of the side effects of radiation and chemo, especially when it's head and neck cancer, it destroys your salivary glands. And it takes many, many months before they work and you don't have dry mouth. So I have to use these kinds of products for dry mouth, and you have to. It's like a liquid. It's like a liquid moisturizer for the mouth. So I can talk and do the show. And I had it in my mouth. I was full of this, and you can't swallow it. And I had to get rid of it. And I'm. Oh my goodness, that's probably more than you wanted to know, but you want to know I'm pretty candid about what goes on. Thanks for tuning in today. It's great to be with you. In the first portion of the show, I was talking about the benefits of berries. We still have some leftover berries from the first hour. We'll take care of that. Then I want to talk to you about Michael Greger a little bit. His book, How Not to Die, it's worth reading. And he has a chapter that he calls The Daily Dozen. And he believes that there are certain foods that you should get every day. I read it, and I thought it would be interesting for you to hear and know about. So we'll get into that today. And whatever else is on your mind, the lines are lit up all morning here. I love it, man.
Doc, I got some emails I got to show you real quick.
Okay, we got emails, we got carrier pigeons, we got teletype, you got it all going on here. What do you got?
I have this email here. Look at this.
Oh, okay. What we got there, that's my grandson. That's my grandson, Michael, with Noah. He was born last night. Noah, there's Noah. He's beautiful. Noah's about 5 weeks early, 4 weeks early, and he was born last night. And congratulations to my grandson Michael and his wife. I don't have permission to use her name, but Michael can get mad at me for using his name, showing his picture, but that's okay. And so it makes me what? That makes me a
great grandfather or really, really old. Either or.
I'm going to come over there. I'm going to jump all over you, man. I am not really old. Michael's only 15. Oh, my goodness. So, yeah, there's Noah. He's a beautiful little boy. Oh, look at that, man. Oh, my goodness. Look at that picture. Oh, geez. That's amazing. God bless him. Congratulations. That's beautiful. My goodness. My grandson is so happy. And my grandson is a wonderful young man. I tell you, he's my grandson. I'm prejudiced and biased. But I got to tell you, he's such a good kid. He's such a good guy. He's too good. I worry about him. He's too good. I'm so happy to be alive to see this moment. It's great. I am. I told him several months ago when I got sick, I said, y'all need to hurry up with this because I don't know what's going to happen to me. And he said, Papa, you're going to be fine. I said, okay. And so far, so good. Noah's born. I'm here with you. I got my new blue hat on. It's all good. Stephen's here. And Gary's here. Lorraine is in Newport Richey. Dell's in Tampa. We're going to go to Lorraine in Newport Richey right now. Lorraine, welcome to the show. It's great to have you on, Lorraine.
Yes, I'm so proud of you, Doctor.
I'm proud. Thank you very much. When I see the name Lorraine, I'm a next musician. There's a jazz tune we used to play all the time, Sweet Lorraine. I love that song. Yeah.
I met you at Vitamin Discount Center.
Oh, you did meet me. When did we meet?
At Vitamin Discount Center. You put me on the air, too.
Oh, yes. That was a while ago.
Yes, it was. About a month or so ago.
Yeah, I remember.
I was telling you I eat only organic, and you sort of grinned at me and said you weren't doing it. One program I was listening to, you were talking about not eating processed food.
Yeah.
And I got so mad because you're not supposed to eat anything that's processed, but you're not supposed to eat anything that's not organic.
Yeah.
So how you today talking about organic?
It's interesting, the word processed. You know, if you take a piece of fruit and wash it, that's processed. There's processing and then there's processing. When they process it, when they start to strip out, like clear-cut trees to build a neighborhood, when they clear-cut the nutrients out of food to put other nutrients in, and then they put the nutrients they took out back in, I'll pass on that food. That's too much processing. But organic is good to eat as much as you can. And if you use locally grown food, make sure you wash it thoroughly,
Yeah, that's why people go in stores and they steal some grapes. Those aren't even washed.
Yeah. Do you eat a lot of berries and whatnot during the summer?
Yes, I do.
You do?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We try to grow our own, but it's hard.
It's hard. It's too...
Sometimes it don't rain enough, right?
Yeah, it's too hot now, man.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have time for that. It was all I could do to cut the grass. That's why I sold the house and moved into a villa. I'm not cutting the grass anymore. You take care of yourself, do you?
Yes, you take care of yourself, too.
All right, Lorraine, you take care. Thank you so much for calling. We appreciate you. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Go ahead.
Caroline from West Covina, California.
I used to drive by. I had a relative that lived in West Covina. Caroline. Yeah, all right. Go ahead.
Caroline Coy, she did a little video on junk food that we posted on our Facebook page, and she wants to say thank you for the show, and she loves it.
Oh, you tell her that I love her, and I do. People ask me that question. They say, when you sign off sometimes, when you say, your health is your wealth, and your health is the wealth of those who care about and love you, and then I'll say, I love you. And I had somebody ask me the other day, well, why do you do that? You don't know those people. I said, what do you mean? He said, how can you tell the audience you love them when you don't know them? And I said, really? I said, I love them because we're all in it together. Aren't we? And we and I know they're there, and it's my way of acknowledging them and of showing them that I care and I appreciate them. And I do love them. Even though I may never meet them face to face. It doesn't make any difference. They took the time to listen. We're sharing something. We shared a moment or two. They were on the show. It may sound a little too touchy. Listen, Gary will tell you, I'm not a wimpy guy, right? I'm not.
No, actually, it's kind of interesting because I dealt with a guy who had kidney stones. Right?
Yeah.
And what a crybaby you're going through cancer. You had part of your lung removed. I mean, you don't put it out. You don't say stuff like normal people do. So, I mean, you had your lung removed. They yanked your lung out.
I understand. But, I guess I'm saying, I know I sound a little touchy-feely with all this. I'm a pretty tough guy in my own right. Believe me. I grew up in Pittsburgh on this, tough neighborhood. Well, when I tell you these things, I mean it. I love you. I love you for listening. I love who you are. We're all in it together. We're trying. We may disagree on stuff, whatever it may be. I don't care. You know what? That's why we do the show, man. We're trying to connect. LTN, coast to coast.
If you've ever had digestive issues slow you Almost 52% of men experience erectile dysfunction and benign prostatic hyperplasia. If you've had challenges with virility, sexual health, or low energy, Body Vigor's Alpha Extension may be the answer for you. Body Vigor's Alpha Extension can help revitalize your alpha male and extend your love. Our formula is one of the highest quality nutraceuticals available, formulated to support the processes involved in promoting a healthy male sex drive, energy, and stamina. Alpha Extension has 2 powerful herbal blends, Virilo Max, which focuses on male sexual health, and T-Pump Activator, which helps balance your testosterone levels. Revitalize your alpha male with Body Vigor's Alpha Extension, exclusively available on Amazon.com.
Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. I'm going to dedicate this show to my great grandson, Noah, who was born last evening. I'm trying to get my grandson, Michael, to text me and tell me the exact time. It was last night. I got it came in, but I was having all kinds of electrical problems at the house last night. I don't know what the devil was going on, and I was distracted. So I'm trying to find out exactly what time Noah was born. But it's my great-grandson.
Doc, do you remember the dinosaurs?
I used to ride them when I was a kid. Yes. When I was a boy, we didn't have indoor toilets and lights. What's the matter with you? Why?
It's good to be telling old jokes, though, because you've lived that long. So, I mean, that's a successful life, right?
Great. Yeah, well, I've done okay. You know, room for improvement. Hey, Del, how you doing? Del.
Well, I'm doing pretty good, and I just wanted to start this off by commenting that I really appreciate your detail over your experiences over the last 9 months.
Thank you, man.
I think it helps us be better prepared for when we get zonked.
Del, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for saying that to me, because some of the people around me, some said not to do it. Some said to do it. I had to make the ultimate decision. And I just felt, I didn't think I could be honest with you or anybody else if I kept it to myself. Thank God, there are days I don't look as good as I typically do. Not that I look good anyway, but sometimes I don't look sick. And people don't understand. And so they would have never known. I could have gotten away with it. I think I could have gotten away with it, Gary, but Del, I couldn't do it. I felt I slept on it, and there were several nights it kept me up. And so you telling me that makes me feel better about my decision to share everything, Del.
Very helpful.
Is it really? Is it truly?
Absolutely.
Especially, I think it's helpful when you're a guy, and I don't know if Del wants to agree with me, but guys have a hard time admitting when they're sick. They have a hard time admitting going to the doctor. They have a hard time telling anybody that there's anything wrong with them. I know. And you're sort of like a leader in it.
Well, I'm trying.
Very much so, Gary.
Well, Del, thank you so much. You made me feel so much better about doing this. Because I didn't want it to be about me. And I sat with Gary for 2 hours yesterday after the show. And I said, this is what I want to do. And he said, we're going to put out press releases. I'm going to start giving talks and speeches. We're going to put it out there, and I'm going to start educating as much as I can to do the very thing that you say, Del. So, and I did it because I didn't want people to be afraid. When you get sick, the fear. When you have an oncologist look at you and he says, you have cancer, and the next question that comes to mind is, I asked him, how much time is a death sentence? He said, no, it's not a death sentence. So we battled for 9 months, and he said to me a month or 6 weeks ago that and there were no detectable signs of cancer in my body, and I had stage 4 neck cancer, and I had lung cancer at the same time. Both environmentally caused. And that could, it came out of the clear blue sky, Del. There's no manual for that, my friend. And so I wanted to say to people, you don't have to be afraid. You can do this.
Well, I've mentioned to a number of people that you've sort of changed your modus operandi in that it's helping us prepare for when that big bus hits us.
When that moment happens, right?
Exactly.
You know what? You will face it, and you will deal with it, and you will muster the courage you need to do it. You will. You'll see.
Well, you're the example of it, considering what you've been through, and now listen to yourself. We're all listening to you, and we're amazed.
Oh. Well, yeah.
Anyway, on to endothelium.
And the endothelium. Yeah, the endothelium's the same in Alabama as it is in Africa. The endothelium's the endothelium. What did you want to know about it?
I want to know how I can determine the condition of my endothelium, and then I wanted to know how I can nourish it.
All right. Good question. What you do, if you're concerned about artery disease, especially coronary artery disease, if you have high blood pressure, there's something going on already. Your doctor, go to your cardiologist or your practitioner, GP, and he or she will refer you to a cardiologist. Have them do a heart scan have them check your coronary arteries and to see how much plaque you got. In terms of the endothelium and what not to do, smoke, drink a lot of alcohol, try not to have too much stress, and eat a plant-based diet. Stay away from meat, stay away from saturated fat, high saturated fat diet, stay away from processed foods. A whole food, plant-based diet, no meat, no dairy. If you have heart disease, Dr. Esselstyn would say no oil. You're only as old as your arteries. If your arteries are diseased, you could only be 50, but your arteries could be 90. The endothelium is the lining of the arteries, and that endothelium, in many cases, determines somebody's destiny. It's just amazing that you would ask that question. Yeah, it's so susceptible to disease, and the body tries to repair it and then scars it with cholesterol and trying to repair. But again, Del, thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your sharing what you just said. I'm grateful to you. And I'll tell you what I tell everybody when I do this show. I love you for being who you are.
Feeling tired after your meal? Occasional gas, bloating, or indigestion?
Looking for the perfect complement to your beauty regimen? Try Form Essentials Zinnia. The finest of its kind, Zinnia offers twice as much biotin as other formulas, which has proven to unlock the vibrancy in even the dullest of hair, skin, and nails. Zinnia breaks through and rejuvenates cells internally, helping you achieve the allure of effortless beauty. Reviving your hair, skin, and nails has never been easier. This essential blend of biotin, alpha-lipoic, and hyaluronic acid, collagen, and vitamin C creates lasting enhancements to your natural good looks. Don't go on wondering, you're worth the results. This combination of ingredients can only be found in Zinnia. Pamper yourself with a proven bit of affordable luxury and start looking your best. Ask for Zinnia by name at your nearest vitamin retailer to begin your journey to restored nails, head-turning hair, and radiant skin today. For more information, visit formessentials.com.
When your alarm goes off, do you jump out of bed with excitement, or does it take multiple alarms, a few snooze buttons, or a morning caffeine fix to get you going? These habits and daily stress cause a vicious cycle in which sleep becomes increasingly elusive. In fact, 54% of Americans report struggles to fall or stay asleep. For a better night's rest, look no further than Solace, an all-natural dietary supplement that supports healthy sleep and relaxation, so you get the rest you need to wake up clear-eyed, alert, and ready for the day. Solace has given thousands a better night's rest and the power to take back their mornings while enjoying the day ahead of them. Solace is formulated with non-addictive, scientifically proven, all-natural ingredients that support sleep and relaxation, such as melatonin, tryptophan, and 5-HTP. For more information or to order Solace, visit takesolace.com. Solace for healthy sleep naturally.
Did you know that 7 in 10 people have digestive issues? It's no wonder, really. When you take a closer look at what's inside, you'll see that our intestinal environment is similar to a lush garden, a flourishing biodiversity comprised of healthy gut flora. Flora that we depend upon for our health and well-being. Stress, over-sanitization, over-processed foods, and the overuse of antibiotics have clear-cut our guts, leaving our tummies feeling, well, not great. You see, what we have done by killing off the gut flora is damage the soil of our inner gardens. With damaged soil, nothing can really grow or flourish, and disease starts to set in. But we will let you in on a little secret. Fermentation makes all the difference. You know that bloated feeling you can get when taking a vegan protein? Oh, come on. We know you know. Almost all of us get it. That feeling comes from a natural protective casing that surrounds grains and legumes. Because this casing acts as a natural defense mechanism to prevent the grain or legume from being digested, the result is gas and bloating as it passes through our digestive tract. This is where the magic of fermentation comes in. Only fermentation breaks down this casing, freeing the nutrients for absorption by your body. Not only that, but it amplifies the existing nutrients. This means you are getting all the available nutrients from your protein. But there's more. Remember our garden that we clear cut? Well, fermentation, when done right, actually restores that biodiversity of flora. Fermentation naturally replenishes the soil in our garden. Can your protein powder do all that? Well, ours can. Fermented Vegan Proteins Plus by Genuine Health. 7 plant-based sources for a complete amino acid profile. No bloating, maximizes protein and nutrient absorption, and strengthens your gut health. Gluten-free, soy-free, dairy-free, non-GMO, and 100% vegan. Try some today. Your gut will thank you. Genuine Health is possible.
Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Wherever and however you may be listening or watching the show, and whatever you may be doing, this show is dedicated to my great-grandson, Noah, who was born at 2034 hours last night, 2034. That would be 8:34 Denver. You telling me that's mountain time? Is that mountain time, Stephen? Is that mountain time, Denver? Check me. If he was born at 8:34, it would be Central Time or Mountain Time. What would that be? So I'm trying to get clarification. I got notified last night, but it was Mountain Time, so they were 2 hours behind. So that last night I was up at 10:30 messing with the electricity at the house, and yeah, never mind. That was the only good thing that happened last night.
I got a question for you.
Go ahead.
Okay. So, I have a hip problem. Somebody told me suggested rowing. What do you think? And I did the running, and then the running I was miserable for like a week.
No. First of all, you're too heavy to run. I would tell you not to run. I would tell you to walk. I would tell you to walk.
All right.
There's two things to keep in mind. If you have inflammation in a joint, let me use the analogy. You know much more about this stuff than I do. If you have a house that's on fire, the first people you call would be the firefighters. You don't call the carpenter or the builder. You call the firefighters to put out the fire. After the fire is out, then you call the builder who come out and do the repair. Analogically, that's what you do with joints, assuming you have a hip joint that's inflamed. First, we have to cool it down.
Okay.
And then we try to repair it, if it can be repaired, depending on the nature of the issue. If it's osteoarthritis, you may be bone on bone. Who knows? I don't know what's going on there. So the first thing is to cool it down. In your case, you're way too heavy to be running. You have no business running. None. Zero. Not now. It's too much stress on your knees and on your hip. I would wait and lose more weight I would walk, and then I would try the rowing. I'm a big fan of rowing. I used to have a rowing machine at the house. I'm thinking about getting it again. I sold it. I like it because it's anaerobic as well as resistance training.
Okay.
It's all around, hits almost every muscle in the body. I don't think it would be a bad idea, but if you could just walk and try to, which hip is it? Your
Left.
left.
It's
Noticed I saw you limping.
An inch and a half shorter than the right.
I saw you limp. Is that why you limp?
I think I hit by a car. Truck.
A truck.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. How bad was the truck? It's damaged.
Walked away with a limp too.
So you're a little short on the one side.
Yeah.
All right, that's going to cause, you're out of alignment, and then body compensates, and next thing you know, you got damage to the one joint because you're compensating for the other. It's a mess. So the first thing is to cool it down, do the curcumin. We'll talk about it.
I'm doing what
Theracurmin.
Yep.
Do 5 caps a day.
Okay.
We'll talk some more when yes, Gary's coming out to the house today. Help me with my electrical problem.
Woogie, woogie, woogie. It's electric.
I know, man. Give us a call.
You can reach us at 877-897-8255. That's 877-897-8255. Or you can join us on Facebook and send us a message at Let's Talk Nutrition. It's one word on Facebook. So that's okay.
There's a book out called How Not to Die. It's a provocative title. It's by Michael Greger with Gene Stone. Michael Greger is pretty cool. Go to nutritionfacts.org. He's not without his critics, but I'm a fan. I respect him. You'll find him all over YouTube. If you go to nutritionfacts.org, he does a lot of videos. He's so smart. And he's evidence-based. He'll show you the study. His videos are entertaining. You'll learn a lot. Michael Greger. One chapter in his book, How Not to Die, he talks about, this goes to Dell's question, how to take care of your endothelium. Here's how. Along with other parts of your body. This one chapter entitled Dr. Greger's Daily Dozen. Here are the daily dozens, and here are the number of servings of each, and then we can talk about it. Beans, 3 servings a day. Berries, 1 serving. Other fruits, 3 servings a day. Cruciferous vegetable, 1 serving. Greens, 2 servings. Other vegetables, 2 servings. Flax seeds, 1 serving. Nuts, 1. Spices, 1 serving. Whole grains, 3. Beverages, 5. Exercise, 1. That's his daily dozen. Beans, berries, fruits, cruciferous vegetables, greens, other vegetables, flax seeds, nuts, spices, whole grains, beverages, exercise. Dr. Greger embraces a whole food plant-based diet. He talks about starchy vegetables and then other vegetables. People have this idea, and I don't know where they get this from. It drives me nuts. They're wearing me out. Stop saying that starchy vegetables are bad for you. They are not. They will not give you type 2 diabetes. The cookies, crackers, cakes, chips, cupcakes, and cola will, but not starchy vegetables, man. Stop it. Please. Read Michael Greger. Read Esselstyn. Read Barnard. Read McDougall. These aren't crazy people. These are medical doctors. Went to med school, of all things. They're not even naturopaths. Read Colin Campbell. I could name a dozen more. These guys aren't going to put their reputation on the line telling you stupid stuff. Neither will I. Starchy vegetables are good for you. A sweet potato is going to give you type 2 diabetes. If it does, alert the media, you'll be famous. Beans, I love beans. I know many of you do too. If you have a hard time digesting initially, do some Enzymedica Digest Gold. That'll help a lot. I brought you something today, right?
Yes, pea soup.
I brought you some. It's a whole food, plant-based pea soup. I even brought you some organic vegetable broth. Did you see that?
Yes.
Because that's a little thick. You'll have to add it. I'm trying to get Gary to move toward that diet. When I make stuff, I bring some for him. He's trying to lose weight. He's having a hard time.
It is one of the hardest things I've ever had to do.
If I weren't so sick at the moment with this, when I get on the other side of this second round of chemo, I'm going to be all over your case. You watch. I'll put more time on you. He's trying. I know you're having a hard time with it, aren't you?
Yeah, and it's. I mean, it is hard. I hate to keep on saying it, but it is. It's hard.
All right. Don't give up, brother. Don't give up. We come back. I'll tell you more about this Dirty Dozen, Dr. Greger. They're pretty good, man. They're healthy. LTN Coast to Coast.
Want to get at the core issues that make weight loss so...
Are your joints feeling out of date and stiff? Is that old sports injury flaring up? Is your body aching from the daily wear and tear at work? Body Vigor's Joint Ready keeps you at the ready for any joint pain that gets out of line. Unfortunately, as we age, joint pain becomes more common. Body Vigor's Joint Ready can help provide relief so you can continue to go about your day. Our formula contains sulfated forms of glucosamine and chondroitin. Studies show that these sulfated forms are more effective than regular glucosamine bound to hydrochloride. Joint Ready promotes a healthy inflammatory response, facilitates cartilage synthesis, and provides additional antioxidants. Keep your joints at the ready with Body Vigor's Joint Ready, exclusively on Amazon.com.
lectins, lichens, yeah. Welcome back to Let's Talk Nutrition. Phone lines are lit up. Thank you. I'll get to you in 1 second. Here's the health question of the day. I was talking about berries in the first hour today. And then I said that there's a certain food that some researchers say you shouldn't mix with berries. What was that food? Was it dairy? Was it meat? Was it dairy or was it meat? I'll just give you two choices. They said that you shouldn't eat certain berries, like blueberries and whatever, with a certain food. Was it dairy generally or meat? Give us a call.
877-897-8255. That's 877-897-8255.
Let's go. All lines are lit. It's like Christmas tree. Let's go to Tampa, back to Del. Del, welcome back.
Hi, I just want to mention something that you told Gary. Take 5 of the curcumins.
Yeah, curcumin, yeah.
Yeah, I called them some time ago, and I had some tooth pain and all of that stuff, and they gave me a number much higher than that. So I would suggest to Gary, if he gets into trouble, give him a call. And they said over 150 pounds, you can take X amount, and I don't want to mention that on air.
I understand. Yeah, I know there's people at Natural Factors. The Theracurmin is an excellent, there are a number of curcumin products out there now. Theracurmin's pretty good. Yeah, he's a big guy. He's two of me.
He's over 150 pounds.
Yeah, yeah. There's one. Yeah, half of them.
Let's get over.
Yeah,
but I just want to tell. I took that higher number for about 2 months,
and it helped
considerably.
All right, good.
So
Thank you.
You might want to contact them if he gets into trouble. And
yeah, I have some of my pals at Natural Factors. I'll call them. They're on the show all the time. I'll talk to them.
I think that was Terry Naturally, isn't it?
I don't know. Which one do you have there in your hand?
The Curamin, Curamin, extra strength. Stop pain now. Terry Naturally.
Nah, I don't know that one. That one. Okay, that's a different one than I use.
Okay.
The one I use is Natural Factors Theracurmin.
Okay.
All right. Well, I'll get him on a higher dose. We'll see how he does. But that's a good recommendation. You need a therapeutic dose when you're in that much pain. Yes.
Okay. So there's a therapeutic dose, and then there's a maintaining dose, is what you're saying.
Exactly.
Okay.
Let's go to Norristown. Hi, Lynn.
Oh, hi, Dr. Garko. I love your program. Listen to you every morning.
Thank you.
Now, I do know the answer to that, though, dairy, that was one of the questions you just asked. But here's my question, too. I do have a question about getting to sleep and what is the best natural product to take. But can I also mention something else? I just had my cereal, my milk, and all my berries, which I've been taking regularly. Could almond milk be used in place of regular milk?
I would tell you to ditch the dairy altogether.
But I could use that with my cereal and my berries.
Absolutely. Try Orgain, Orgain. I like it because of the high protein content and it's organic.
Unsweetened, is that what you use?
They have it both. They have slightly, it says on the container, slightly sweetened with vanilla, which tastes yum.
Okay.
They have the unsweetened with vanilla, I believe, or just unsweetened. That's not too bad either.
Okay. That sounds great.
And it's high in protein because they add rice protein to it as well and some other things. And
I marked that down earlier in the program. I really appreciate all the information you gave
Oh, my
us.
pleasure. My pleasure.
Great.
Natural Factors.
I'm 81 years old. And
You're 81? Holy cow.
And I do have problems. And I exercise. I eat well. I have no stress in my life, but sometimes I do have a problem getting to sleep. And what's the melatonin that you mentioned?
Okay. Here's a product that I love. I've used it for years, although I don't have sleep issues, but I get better quality sleep. It's by Natural Factors, and it's called Tranquil Sleep. There are only 3 ingredients, melatonin, 5-HTP, and L-theanine. And it's like a lozenge or a wafer. You can start with one.
One wafer?
About one. It's like a tablet. You put it in your mouth. It's sweet.
Okay.
About 10 minutes before you go to bed, or you're getting ready to get into bed, put it in your mouth. Don't do anything else. And see if that gets you to... What I notice, I go to sleep quicker, and my sleep is more deep.
Okay. So it's called Tranquil Sleep, and it's on Natural...
Factors. is the
Natural
brand.
Factors. Oh, I appreciate that so much.
You'll like
really
it,
do.
and if one doesn't work, try two. And then
Okay,
you
that's-
call me back and tell me if you got a good result from that.
Okay, that's my only problem. Otherwise, I am very healthy.
81, you're doing well. So what year were you born?
36,
What day?
June 26th.
What time?
Oh, that I don't know. I think it was in the evening. I don't really know. In those days, your parents didn't keep track of those. At least my mother didn't.
Do you live by yourself?
I do.
Are you having?
I have loads of friends. I play mahjong, bridge, pinochle. I exercise. I love life.
Yeah, I can tell that. I hear that. That's
so
great.
all I need to do is sometimes get a good night's sleep.
All right, that's easy.
Thank you very, very much. So I would take about a half hour before I hop in bed?
No, I would do it like 10 minutes, 5 minutes right before you go to sleep.
Okay. Again, thanks so much.
You call me back. You call me back and let me know, okay?
I will do that.
All right.
Thank you.
My
Bye-bye.
pleasure. David in St. Petersburg. David, welcome to the show.
All right. I was on Oz. I wasn't on Oz. I watched Oz a couple days ago, and they mentioned some guy writing a book about potatoes and seeds and certain things got some chemical in it that makes it worse than gluten and all the stuff I've been taking. It says an apple's one of the worst things you can eat.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
I'm not saying it's true. I'm just saying.
I know. You're talking about lectins.
Yeah.
Lectins.
He
Yeah,
said it's worse than- he said it's worse
lectins
than
are
gluten.
they're a class of protein. They're chiefly of plant origin. Well, let me just say this. Yeah, if you start eliminating, gluten, foods with lectins, food with that, you're going to end up eating the box or the package. There'll be nothing left to eat. I'll have to come back. We're almost out of time and talk more about this. There is some merit to the argument, but eating an apple, really? I don't know. We'll address it maybe tomorrow if I can. I'll make a note. I'll address it toward the top of the show, David. Check me back then. You can call me then and we can chat some more. I'm almost out of time. I don't know how many calls we had today. We had all kinds of messages on Facebook, phone calls. Thank you so much. You made my day. This is great. We love the interaction with you, and that's why I love you. We're here. We want to educate. We want to be part of your life. You're certainly part of ours. Your health is your wealth. I'll see you tomorrow.